Do you want to stop losing money every time news hits the market? Do you want to stop gambling on news? Do you want to stop losing money? Do you want to predict news good, proficient, and 80% chance of the market and news going your way if you actually do the steps right? You know what I'm saying? So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to trade news, how to predict news. Usually what we should care about is predicting, because usually when there is news market, let's just say you are right on the news strategy, right? You're going to go up to your side or down, right? Let's just say you are right, but there was no there was no execution entry. Sometimes you don't have to take it. Sometimes it's better to predict, right? But in this video, we're going to talk about how to trade news, right? So the way I trade news, if you go to my 8/13/2024 live day trading gold, right? Video live stream, I mean, right? If you go over there, and the first 10 to 30 minutes is what I back test. You know what I'm saying? My new strategy. I'll show you guys what I mean by it, right? So if you go back there, if you want to see proof of what I'm trying to say, go to the 8/13/2024, you know, live day trading gold video, right? And you can find out that video and live stream, I mean. So what do I mean by my new strategy, right? My new strategy, NFP usually always has to come out first. NFP has to come out first for my strategy to be more confident in my strategy, to be like, okay, I can risk more now. So usually when my new strategy is not aligning with my like my drawn liquidity strategy, I usually won't trade it. I mean, not trade it. I mean, if I do see a setup, I will take it. But one thing I won't do is I won't risk 1%. I will de-risk to 0.50%, because now they're clashing with each other. So you know, so it's kind of harder to predict. So what I do is just de-risk, and if it goes my way, it goes my way, right? If it goes against me, now I'm losing less. I'm not losing 1%. I'm losing 0.50%, right? But always NFP has to come out first, right? When NFP comes out first, the next major news, red major news, is usually you know what I'm saying, PPI or CPI, right? It's one of these, right? Usually right now it's CPI, and it's PPI first, then it's CPI. CPI is tomorrow. So on the new strategy, what I do is on this is when, however, NFP comes out first, right? So usually we could trade NFP as well. I mean, when it's NFP, you gotta use a drawn liquidity rule. You cannot use that new strategy, because you won't work. You only work in PPI or CPI. You won't work in FOMC, because FOMC is not priced in. Every other major news are priced in usually, because FOMC, they talk live. Everything else is priced in, right? So when NFP comes out, you use a drawn liquidity rule. But after that, where it's usually CPI or PPI comes out after that, right? The next major news, right? When NFP, you know, let me show you guys an example, right? When NFP comes out bullish, right? So, and the Mexican market comes back down, what usually I tend to do, right? And there's a high of NFP, and the market usually, when it comes back down, usually the next red major news, which is PPI or CPI, will usually follow it. And you can see the proof on 8/13/2024 live streaming video, like my live day trading video, right? Not video, live stream again, my bad. Let's keep on mispronouncing that. So if you see that, right, I'll literally backtest everything. So when you see it, you will know what I mean. So when NFP come out bullish, usually market go back down, you know, mess around. But when the next red major news is coming, which is usually PPI or CPI, market will follow what NFP did. So if NFP come out bullish, the next major news is usually PPI or CPI will follow it. So if the NFP comes out bullish, the next red major news will come out bullish as well, right? High chance of coming out bullish. But one thing gotta really be careful on this is that usually you want to align this with a drawn liquidity, meaning what is the objective of the market? Where does the market want to head to? What does the market do throughout the week? Why does the market has to come out bullish, right? Because why? Because there's liquidity line, there's a trend line, there's a liquidity over there, there's that over there, right? So this usually works, but one thing you gotta be careful on this: after NFP comes out and the next red major news is CPI, then PPI. You don't want to be using the NFP. You don't want to be using the NFP strategy. You want to be using the drawn liquidity rule, because I just backtested it, and when after CPI comes out, PPI don't usually follow, right? It goes its own way. But you gotta, what you want to do in this strategy, you really want to be putting together two things: drawn liquidity, meaning what is the objective of the market, and the second thing is look at the previous NFP, look at the previous news. What did the previous news do? Usually when I look at NFP, all I care was NFP, because NFP is a big one, right? So when NFP moves, usually one other one you should follow, right? So let's go over it. What I mean, I'll give you guys like one proof. But if you go to my ASAS13/2024 live day trading gold live stream, the first 10 to 30 minutes, you will see the proof of me live backtesting even more. But if you see how NFP came out bullish all the way over here, you go back, let me go back in time real quick. So you see how NFP right over here came out bullish right over here, did a huge rip up. So why did NFP come out bullish? The 4-hour joint liquidity was bullish, as you can see. What was the forward trend? With the 4-hour joint liquidity, the forward trend was bullish. Why was it bullish? Why was the 4-hour joint liquidity bullish? Fair value gap right over here, right? There was a fair value gap. The next obvious way to go to the market is usually here. Oops, not there. The next obvious place to go to to gather liquidity before coming back down, right? The market, if the market's gonna go down, market needs to go something good. If the market wants to go down, market needs to take something from the upside, which it took liquidity, right? So why do you have to go up? Because there's a fair value gap here with the next round liquidity right back to the upside, and right there. So that right there, now this one we can't really predict it with the new strategy. Now we use NFP for PPI. So now if you go back to time, PPI came out right here. Why did PPI came out bullish? Because NFP came out bullish. So usually, as I said, they will follow each other. Sometimes they don't, but it has an 80% chance of following each other, right? Following meaning if it goes out bullish, the other thing goes out bullish. So the other thing is that when news are coming out, right? When news is coming out, usually market attempts to pump or dump the opposite way of the news. So if news gonna come out bearish, right? Let's just say somehow news comes out bearish, right? Usually the market tends to go upside, then dump, right? But when the news is coming out bearish, I mean bullish, and regional eventually news market usually tends to go back before the news, like you know, saying goes the opposite way, eventually pumps, right? And just like that. But sometimes just keep in mind, market could just go like this and go up higher, right? But it all depends on the statistics. So that's one of my, you know, saying if that when things like this happen, when the market goes the opposite way, they'll just give you more confidence on the way the market going to your way, right? Giving more confidence, because today you could see what did the market do before this big red major news, right? Market pumped. A lot of people would take shorts here. Why would they take shorts here? Because market took out liquidity, right? And guess what? Market's pumping in the opposite way of the market, right? Usually market makes some statistics backs it as well, where the market usually pumps the opposite way before reversing down, right? And guess what it did? Opposite way and still pumped. So this is why you gotta be careful about, right? When you look for this right here should just give you a confidence boost, right? And it should help you, like, you know, saying if you want to de-risk, you could literally use this, right? So one thing you gotta watch out about this is when the factor check. Usually when I use the factor check, right? I usually I check whenever I'm entering a trade, whenever I'm doing anything, I look at the factor check, right? I look at the higher time frame. What is the higher time frame telling me? So the 4-hour time frame telling me is bullish, right? Because the trend line is bullish. The 4-hour joint liquidity is telling me the meaning the 4-hour objective of the market, the 4-hour time frame objective, right? Is bullish, right? The 1-hour time frame is bullish, right? The 1-hour joint liquidity is bearish because market took out liquidity, right? But the market was moving the opposite way, so this is another red factor against us, right? But guess what? What is winning, right? And guess what? One thing we're gonna add up is NFP came out what? Bullish, right? So this right here overall beat these two, right? So I would trust this more than this, right? Because it's a 2v4, right? What's gonna win? The 4 people is gonna win, right? So what to be careful about is this: when things like this, when the market pumps up the opposite way, market might just go up like that as well, because the high time frame is winning. So what is the market gonna do? Go with the high time frame play, right? Because the 4-hour time frame was bullish, 4-hour liquidity is bullish, 1-hour time frame was bullish, the news, the previous news was bullish, and this right here, guess what? This is bullish. This is bullish. This is bullish. If this is bearish, right, I will still trust this because it's all liquidity, the objective of the market. But I would de-risk. But for this, I would use 1%, right? If this is bearish, if it's against me, or I'll de-risk to 0.50%, right? And that's how you could trade news. Very simple, right? But it's always about statistics. When I enter my trades, I always think about statistics. I don't think about, I don't think about fucking I mean, I don't know how to say this, but all my trades are all pathology. You know, say fundamentals. What everything, everything I enter is all what about what I think, right? So if you could see, 4 hour price is what 4 hours is bullish, 4 tron liquidity is bullish. Because why the 4 tron liquidity is bullish? What did the market do? Sweep out liquidity, right? Not sweep out liquidity, touch the fair value. What's the next objective of the market over here? Now, what the market did, you can see, market came right back down. Thursday came back down. This was not enough for the market to pump all the way, right? It was just it was only a 50 pip move. Yeah, when the market fails to go up to the next major news high or low, market tends to just fucking slow down, wait for the next major news before proceeding to go up higher or low. You can see market came right back down. So this one you want to be careful about, right? So this is how you could trade news. Very simple. Should possibly help you guys out on how you could trade news, how to predict news efficiently, not gamble on news, not lose money on news. And yeah, always remember, do not enter during news. Always always want to enter after or before. Why do I say after or before? Why do I say before? Because spreads are so high, the slippage is gonna kill you. So if you were to, let's just say, enter over here out of this high, or if the market breaks out of this high, market's gonna go up higher, right? But if you do enter out of that, market can give you a slippage. Meaning, if you're entering here, but the broker gets you all the way here, now guess what? Now you're in drawdown. Market comes back down, takes your ass out. Right, so that's what you want to be careful about. Do not set up limit orders. That is just gonna tell you that, okay, you don't actually believe in this. You don't actually believe in the trade. You actually don't believe the market might go there. So you're just putting a limit order where you like, you know, saying if it goes there, it's gonna go my way. But you don't want to catch the whole move, enter beforehand. Usually, what you want to enter is like 30 to 15 to 10 minute, 5 minute beforehand. So we have a good position, and you want to be buying somewhere over here, not limit order here and get a slippage and go over here. No, now you're cooked, right? So yeah, that's how you could trade major major news. And I can show you a different example. What I mean by this, let me go show you guys a different example. So you guys actually don't think, oh, this guy's a bullshit capper, right? What did this came out as? What did NFP came out as? Bullish, right? NFP came out bullish. NFP came out bullish, right? What did CPI came out? So right at NFP came out first. What is after that? CPI. After that is, I think, this right here. Over here is PPI. PPI came out bearish. That's what I'm saying. After, when NFP comes out first, then comes out CPI, watch out on PPI, because PPI is gonna be harder for us to predict. It's just because CPI came out first, because CPI has a bigger move and PPI doesn't have a bigger move. PPI is smaller than CPI, right? So where this, after this, now the market, this strategy is now, okay, the strategy is gonna slow down. It's not gonna work for us anymore unless we use the drone liquidity rule, right? But PPI usually a really small movement. But yeah, so you can see came out bullish, just came out bullish. Why did this came out bullish? 4 hours on liquid was bullish, 4 hours bullish, right? What did this came out? But why did this actually spike down? 4 hours on liquid was bearish, 4 hours was bullish. Though, but I don't know if it took any trade, but this eventually came out bullish. It spiked down for like 30 seconds. For 30 seconds, spiked down, took out this liquidity. Then John liquidity right back to the upside, boom, took out this. Same thing because of this, touched the fair value, and then John liquidity right back to the upside. You can see trend line to the downside, boom, took out the trend line, boom, right? It's always about the objective. So this is right here, the really valuable video for you guys. And yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you guys use the strategy rightly, and always remember, do not set limit orders. Do not gamble on news. Gambling is a bad thing. You don't want to be going to hell afterward. Thank you for watching.